Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Luqman Nur Hakim bin Paharuddin. Today, I will present my research entitled Determination of Phenolic Compounds from Tabebuya rosea using Sakura Trace Extracted Oil using Fourier Transform Infrared Spectroscopy. I will begin my presentation with an introduction to my research. Tabebuya rosea is a flower which can be found around the green area of University Science Islam Malaysia USIM. It, locally known as Tecoma or Malaysian Sakura, is a popular planted tree along roadside with beautiful pink and white flowers. Hence, this study is focusing to investigate the organic compounds of this flower by using a few methods. The aim of this study is to extract the bioactive compound from Tabebuya rosea flowers collected from USIM campus through solid liquid extraction process. Then, this research was conducted to examine the phytochemicals compound in Tabebuya rosea flowers extract. Last but not least, the purpose of this study is to determine the functional groups present in Tabebuya rosea flowers extract. Alright. So this study was conducted using 4 methods such as sample collection, solid liquid extraction, phytochemical screening, and Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. Let's look at the first method. Step 1. Flowers were collected around this university green area and flowers collected were washed. Step 2. The flowers were dried in oven at temperature 60 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. The dried sample were grounded to obtain the powder by using a grinder. Step last, the grounded sample were weighed, sorted and kept in a salt Duran bottle for further use. So we go to the second method, solid liquid extraction. Step 1, 100 ml ethyl acetate was measured and added to 10 gram of Tabebuya rosea grounded powder. Step 2, the grounded powder was extracted at room temperature for 2 days. Step 3. The solution from each sample was separated by using the pipette, and then a rotary evaporator was used to evaporate ethyl acetate solution at temperature 50 degrees Celsius. At the end of this method, the pure Tabebuya rosea extracts were produced. Now, I will explain the third method of this research, phytochemical screening. I will test the presence of flavonoids, phenolics, resins, and steroids in Tabebuya rosea extracts. Before this method is carried out, the pure Tabebuya rosea extracts must be added with a few drops of ethanol. Phytochemical screening was started with flavonoid test. 3 test tubes were taken and 1 ml of the extract was added into the test tube. Then 1 ml of 10% of sodium hydroxide was added to each test tube. The presence of flavonoid was indicated by a dark yellow color. So, I observed the color of Tabebuya rosea extracts turned dark yellow. In conclusion, the presence of flavonoid was indicated. Then I test the presence of phenolic compound. 1 ml of each extract was dropped on a blue litmus paper. The presence of phenolic compounds was identified when the blue litmus paper turned red. After a few seconds, I observed the blue litmus paper turns red. In conclusion, the presence of phenolic compounds was identified in Tabebuya rosea extract. And now, I will explain about resin test. 3 test tubes were taken and 1 ml of extract was added into each test tube. Then, 1 ml of hydrochloric acid solution HCl was added to each test tube. The presence of resins was indicated by the appearance of turbidity. So, my observation is the appearance of turbidity was formed. Hence, the presence of resin was detected. Last for phytochemical screening is steroid test. 3 test tubes were taken and 1 ml of the extract was added into each test tube. Then 1 ml of sulfuric acid solution H2SO4 was added to each test tube. The presence of steroid was indicated by a red precipitate. I observed no change had occurred because there is no presence of steroid detected. The last method of my research is Fourier Transform Infrared Spectroscopy (FTIR) process. Tabebuya rosea powder were characterized using FTIR analysis and the frequency were measured as wave number at x-axis of the graph. Based on FTIR result, predicted compounds were found in Tabebuya rosea such as alcohol, alkanes, aldehydes, alkynes, aromatic, nitro, and alkyl. Discussion. Flavonoids play a role as antioxidants, which can prevent the development of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and cognitive disease. Phenolics are able to act as antioxidants, where the antioxidant capacity of phenolic compounds is also attributed to their ability to chelate metals involved in the production of free radicals. Resins can be used in pharmaceutical and cosmetic preparations and in functional fruit due to their antioxidant effects in all substrates. The identification of benzoate compounds via FDR spectrophotometry supported the findings from the phytochemical screening, which detected the presence of phenols, resins, and flavonoids. Hence, the presence of flavonoid, phenolics, and resins in Tabebuia rosea extracts indicates the flower as a source of antioxidants. Conclusion. Firstly, the phytochemical compounds present in Tabebuia rosea extracts were flavonoid, phenolics, and resins. Then, the major functional group identified were hydroxyl group alcohol, alkanes, benzoate compounds aromatic, aldehydes, and alkyl. Last but not least, the presence of flavonoids, phenolics, and resins in Tabebuia rosea extracts indicates the flower as a source of antioxidants. Application. The findings in this study are significant as they remark the potential of Tabebuia rosea collected in USIM campus as antioxidant sources for pharmaceutical and nutraceutical applications. Integration of akli and nakli. Antioxidants in Quran. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Fihima fakihatu wa nahlu wa rumman. Suraqallahul Azim. In both of them are date palms and pomegranates. Surah Ar-Rahman verse 68. Based on the verse of Quran above, Allah has mentioned two fruits that are found in paradise. This shows how glorious the two fruits are. This can be proven by current studies that prove there are many nutrients such as antioxidants that can prevent heart attack in the fruit. The researchers said the combination of the different types of antioxidants contained within the two fruits gave the best results in their test for fighting arterial blockage. Acknowledgement. Foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my supervisor, Dr. Rahayu Ahmad, and all lecturers for the continuous support of my study and research, for their passion, motivation, enthusiasm, and immense knowledge. That's all from me. Thank you.